Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company Podcast. I'm Dane Hennen. To my right, Levi Gates.
Oh, baby.
And across from me, Anthony Fisher.
Oh, no.
And to the left of me, Morgan McMurray.
Hello.
That is the Rag Company Podcast. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next... Just kidding. Guys, what did we get up to this week?
Oh, man. I feel like, you know what? I feel like in all these podcasts, all these recent podcasts, right? There's no
We've
foreplay.
literally just been recapping.
No,
just there's
no. We're not warming it up a little bit. We're not getting excited. We're just jumping straight in. And I feel like no more raw dogging it. I think let's go in.
I wasn't
let's
gonna say
actually.
that.
Okay.
Wow.
Sorry. Well, it was just an expression. It wasn't.
It's expressive already.
Well,
Yeah,
okay. I wanted to just have some build up. Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit
want a
about
little romance.
what's going on.
That's what
this
you
is the
wanted.
main show podcast
It's
where
the good stuff.
where we go over our weekends. We talk a little bit about detailing,
Yeah.
make fun of each other.
Yeah.
Well,
it's always a good time.
maybe I should point out there's stuff I want to talk about, but apparently we can't talk about it yet. So
Yeah, there's a few different things we
Yeah.
can't talk about.
Well,
Fun
like,
stuff.
for one, we got the Golden Eagle sitting here on our desk,
Yeah.
on our table here.
Today was
You're-
technically the last day
Today
of the
was
20th anniversary
technically the
sale.
last day to pick them up.
Yeah.
From
well,
us.
not for good. Not for
No,
good. You guys can
no.
still get the Golden Eagles,
You
but
can still buy them on the website.
But basically what we were doing is we were doing 20% off all of our premium microfiber towels, so anything with like a 70-30 Korean blend especially. And so basically 20% off, and then any order over $100 scores you a 3-pack of the Golden Eagles.
Yeah.
And
pretty rad.
the Golden Eagles also priced aggressively well. And I think almost accident too
Yeah.
well because they are very, very, very affordable.
Well, and for those of you listening across the pond, Clean and Shiny UK should be receiving theirs today.
Really? Okay.
So
Cool.
you can pick yours up from Clean and Shiny UK. You can get your 3-pack of Golden Eagles
Yeah.
starting this week. So
And then on top
Pretty
of that,
awesome.
we have some pretty cool black and gold, right? Was that
Yeah,
a song, right? Black and I think it was black and yellow.
Oh my god.
black and yellow, but black and gold is Dropkick
Capital High
Murphys.
School colors. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Dropkick
Thank you.
Murphys. Dane, they're actually Bishop Kelly High School colors.
Yeah, well, you own yours, I own mine, so
whatever.
Okay. Anyways,
we were Eagles. Black and yellow.
So we're not
Go
sitting here-
Knights.
we're not trying to start a high school battle here, right? Even though we know that Mountain View was the best. So
I got the
We're
producer
done.
on my side. I got the winning vote here.
I don't know about that, Dane.
I have the owner of the Rag Company, a Carolyn Hennen,
Okay.
Bishop Kelly alumnus.
Okay.
So
Well,
I think I've
playing your trump card
superseded all
earlier,
of you
I see.
guys.
Well.
That's understandable.
All right. Speaking. Okay. So let's get into brushes here, right?
Hot brush
So,
talk. Here it
hot
comes.
brush talk. So if you guys haven't seen these yet on our main show or the Q&A Thursdays, we have our new Detail Factory Black Edition brushes.
Yeah.
These are
Fully murdered out.
Fully murdered out, undyed boar's hair is what these are. And so people requested a dirty jobs brush where they didn't have to feel bad using their beautiful Detail Factory brushes.
Getting them all dingy
and getting them all dirty and gross with the orange and the bleached boar's hair. So we got this black on black edition. This is an exclusive.
These are a
for
nice looking brush.
The Rag Company. Oh yeah,
They
they're
are
beautiful.
Really pretty brushes.
Super, super nice brush. They're,
hashtag premium.
They feel softer too than the
and it could be
bleached
because
version.
it could be because they were undyed. But I mean, basically, one of the biggest things about Detail Factory brushes that a lot of people don't know is that they have a perfectly weighted 50-50 weight distribution at the actual
So-
grip of the handle here. So
well, if you ever need to use it as a weapon.
you can actually, if this fan wasn't blowing on me, you can actually set that right on the edge of your finger there and actually
It's called
balance
the
it
fulcrum
perfectly.
point.
Part of
Do
the
that.
appeal of having something balanced like that, it may sound silly, but actually it reduces fatigue
Yeah.
on your
Yeah,
hand.
yeah.
Ergonomics
So
are better.
that's the intent.
Yeah, ergonomics are better, but also it's just a really, I'd say just a really high quality brush. And
Yeah.
people that we've talked to, right, and I mean, especially for a boar's hair, right, which actually with time gets softer and it will lose a lot of its fibers that are weaker and it'll kind of shed some things along the way. However, with that said, a lot of these guys that are using these
So,
brushes are using them day in, day
My
out.
barber uses the Detail Factory boar's hair brushes.
He uses it to lather his
He uses it for
shaving
for
cream.
shaving cream. He
Yeah.
uses it to lather shaving cream,
It's perfect.
and then he puts it on.
And he worked
on
that thing
folks.
down to the freaking
Literally,
bone.
he had it down. I mean, he wore it down to almost just a nub that he couldn't use it anymore.
and
But he
unlike,
loved it.
At that point, he used it to clean his shears.
Wow. Yeah.
unlike
To clean
a
out
brush
his,
with a wooden handle, this isn't going to age and fall apart over time.
Yeah, no,
This
he
is
just
gonna be
wore
tough
it-
and
He wore
last.
it down just from
Yeah.
lots of faces.
Yeah.
No, anyway, so I know hot brush talk, right?
No, it's amazing.
but
Don't
those,
make us talk about backpacks again, guys.
those brushes are great for wheels and door jams
Yeah.
and engine bay cleanings, anything dirty job related. They're perfect for them. We really, really like them. So those are just a couple of the new products here
Yeah,
at the Rag
they're
Company.
nice. They're great. Get on the website. Check it out. We do have a new website. Hopefully you guys have been playing around on there. There's all kinds of fun features on there. One of the biggest things that a lot of people asked for was my SOP, my standard operating procedure, how I go about detailing a car. Yeah. And that is now available on the Rag Company website under our FAQs.
Wow.
So if you go in the FAQ, you search down Levi's standard operating procedure, it shows how I would wash a car, how I go through an interior step by step, and how I go through the exterior process.
Yeah. It's just a button that says, do it like Levi.
I don't think that's what it says. But
I think something's very similar to that.
I'm sure it doesn't say
Was
do
I
it
on
like
the wrong
Levi.
site?
Do it like
Might have been
yeah.
Oh.
a different site.
It's like Levi's Secrets.
No, it's not that. That's not.
Dungeness Secrets.
Oh, no.
No, nothing like that? Okay. I must have been mistaken.
Dungeness is where crabs come from.
Yeah.
That's a location up by Squim, if you didn't
I know, and I read that right. Dane did say Dungeness. Did say that.
I'm just throwing you off on a tangent. You're welcome.
Which
Anyway,
was why
moving
it was
on.
so weird. But no, I guess.
So we've got this week, basically.
Yeah.
We're here in the studio this week. Then we leave again. This time we're headed next Tuesday to Monterey.
Yeah,
Do you know the way to Monterey?
I know that there's an aquarium there, and it's
very
awesome.
nice,
Went there as a kid for a school field trip.
Lovely.
Great. It's a lot of fun.
I
Right?
expected
can
him to say cheese.
Did you have like a Harry Potter experience where you were able to talk to the snakes?
I did not,
Ooh,
but I do remember going back there and renting. They had banana bikes, and you could ride those around the Monterey kind of beach area there.
Oh, nice.
Which is super nice.
But yeah, we're headed down.
Different,
it's going to be fun. It's not going to be like that.
Okay.
But we are going to be working a lot because we are going to be part of the McCall executive detailing team with PNS and our friends at the Detail Mafia.
Were we supposed to order in shirts for that? Because I didn't receive any confirmation of a shirt, so I think I was just going to go shirtless.
Okay, that'll work. I
get a
think we're
tan.
going to be wearing our Rag Company shirts.
Well, this is awkward. I
You sold them all?
shredded that up.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
said,
what to do. You're going to have
You
to
could
go
get a
buy
shirt
those.
tattooed on you.
I like Morgan's
Permanent.
thinking. That sounds awesome. With the Rag Company logo on it.
Oh, love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Dedicated for life.
Just screams for the next 48 hours.
So yeah, but we'll probably be wearing Rag Company gear.
Yeah.
We are going to be working for the Gordon McCall Motorworks Revival.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be there for that event. We're going to be getting the cars cleaned up, looking sharp, using Rag Company towels, some PNS products. And then we're also going to be on the Quail, getting cars prepped for the Concours d'Elegance.
Yeah.
One of the most prestigious car shows ever.
About as special as it gets.
History of mankind.
Wow.
It's going to be fun. We're going to see some wild stuff.
Yeah.
All kinds of Dane's favorite stuff that none of us know
Finally.
anything about.
Obscure stuff where they look and go, what's that? And I can just tell them.
Everything's coming up Dane on this trip.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited. Needless to say.
Are you excited to see if there's any Evos at this Concours d'Elegance?
I really doubt that. I'd be more excited if I saw a Civic there, and
Ooh.
I
Oh.
also doubt that's going to be a thing as well.
That would be amazing, like the cleanest Civic ever.
Well, an original CVCC, perhaps.
Oh, that's true.
Perhaps.
Or like a Z600 or something. But
See,
Perhaps.
again, Dane dropping bombs. He's just whipping it out
Just
and
knowledge.
letting us know.
Yeah.
I know a lot about cars.
Yeah.
I just want to see that De Tomaso P72.
So I'm just excited
That's
that
what I
me and you going to be polishing side by side
Oh, yeah.
next to each other,
Showing off our muscles with the
cleaning,
Detail Mafia.
cleaning cars up in a beautiful air conditioned area.
That's not going to be air conditioned.
That's not what's
wait,
happening.
So hold on, sorry. I guess
We're going to be in an airplane.
plenty of
We're going to be in an airplane hangar.
plenty of fans and
No
a cool
fans.
breeze
Nope.
on us.
Nope.
To
of
get
that.
away from the summer heat.
Nope. We'll
You're
be
at
in
the
an
mercy of
airplane
whatever
hangar.
the weather decides.
Oh,
So you better pray for a cool day.
so I
Yep.
think I'm misunderstanding. So we're going to be wearing pretty heavy clothes and
probably shorts and
Shorts,
work
okay.
shirts.
okay, doubled up.
Just
Dane, are you going doubled up?
Dane only rolls
Single
single
shirt.
soft.
Button up.
Do you-
Braving it.
You're
Single-
brave. I love
single
it,
ply.
Dane. Yeah.
Dane's a single ply kind of guy.
I'm
One
kidding.
Are you kidding?
I'm
I'm
kidding.
Like
We're
triple,
I think
quadruple
I think the
ply
weather should be
skin,
fairly nice.
man.
Monterey is typically colder though.
Yeah.
So from my experience,
But it is work. This trip, we're actually physically going to be detailing on
It is a
stuff.
work
Yeah.
trip.
It
This is
an-
a
yeah,
physical
absolute
work trip where we're actually going to have to work on cars.
So really, one
and we're
big
bringing
thing,
Next Day Nate with us
We
to
are.
document
Yes.
all of it. He's going to be taking photos.
Yeah.
He gets the
Pictures.
pics. I got the video.
I think we should get his.
You guys do
should
the
get
work.
get his feet wet a little bit. Throw him in on a car or something. Have him wipe something down.
Oh yeah, I think that's
Say,
great.
Nate, we're going to have you detail this car. He's like, what do I do? He's like, spray bead maker on it.
Oh, well, Nate can do that. He's good at that. He's actually quite an accomplished detailer.
He is.
Yeah.
So he can do lots of things.
He is. He actually has been killing it lately. We'll give a quick little shout out to him. If you don't follow,
You need to follow Next Day Nate. Get him to 10,000. Go to Next Day Nate on Instagram.
I don't know if he's posting on his Instagram yet. If he hasn't, he should be, because
just follow him. Next Day Nate.
he has been detailing quite a bit lately. But okay, so other than that, so we have that coming up this following week, and then
So we have just this week left.
So we have just this week left, but then we're going to have the about last week and a half of August. And what are we doing then?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, I think John Hull is talking about coming from Clean and Shiny UK. He's talking about flying to Boise either end of August, first week of September. We've got some friends also who are talking about coming in that first week of September.
Yeah.
Possibly surprise guests to your wedding. We're not
Oh,
sure.
wow.
Haven't heard back yet from them. And then, nothing for September. We're pretty much... It's going to be SEMA crunch time because September and October we got to get stuff ready to get out of here. We basically got to get Mega Crate out the door. So realistically,
Mega Crate.
we got just a few weeks of August left
Before Mega Crate ships?
Before we got to get in full SEMA prep mode,
Man.
which means setting up the SEMA booth, getting all our signs built, all our
Yeah.
stuff made. We got a lot to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So September is going to be a hard month of
It
work.
never feels like there's enough time.
No.
Ever.
Well, let's go ahead and run through our weekends, and we're going to start off with Morgan.
Oh, guys,
I like
now
it.
it's okay to talk about it.
Well,
All
we
right.
wanted to build it up.
We're about
Dane,
12
I know-
minutes in.
I know Dane's a he just likes to get in there, get it done,
And then
And-
leave.
and then
Go
leave.
make a sandwich.
Actually,
Make a
you know
sandwich.
what's funny? I like to dive into topics that nobody cares about and really get into the nuance
Hot bag
of it.
talk.
But what I like to do is get the weekends out of the way so that we can then talk about those topics that
Yeah.
we find interesting, and then we dive into them. That's
Yeah.
kind of
I
how
like
I
like going
to
on our
approach
tangents
I like
within our
teasing it.
weekend talk.
I like teasing it a
Alright.
little bit. I like, never letting people know where we're going.
Yeah. It's
You
like
know?
kind of grabbing a feather and just kind
Oh,
of
he's
tickling the
not
ear.
kidding
Blindfolded.
because
Just- yeah.
I don't know where he's
Get him
taking this
blindfolded,
either, so.
tickle him with a feather.
This is all
Oh,
news.
sorry, Morgan. Go
All right,
ahead.
Morgan, go ahead.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
How was
nice
your
segue.
weekend?
Jeez.
It was great, guys. I'm really glad that I can kick this off. We're going to restart here and
Okay,
kind of give
excellent.
ourselves a nice, fresh, clean slate
Thank
to
you.
Yeah.
have
Thank
for
you.
our viewers and
Pure.
listeners.
All right.
So, what did I do? What did I
What
do?
didn't you do?
What
So,
didn't
if
you
you
do?
guys can remember, right before the weekend started, I did ask for some advice from my fellow coworkers here around the table. Dane, I'm not sure if you missed out on this conversation or if you were in editing mode. We're not really sure. You weren't. It didn't look like you were breathing, but we just
Count on it being editing
we just
mode.
let
Yeah.
you hibernate or whatever you were doing.
Yep. MBN London had to come out.
So I was asking my friends here. I said, so guys, I do like sometimes using a drill brush
Yeah.
When cleaning carpets.
when cleaning carpets.
I did hear this conversation, but it was through the wall, so a little
So-
eavesdroppy. But
Right,
caught
right.
it.
So I had to get some opinions, and I did kind of have a couple differing opinions from you guys. So,
Basically, you were in the market for a new drill.
yes,
'Kay.
I was, because my dad's one was scaring me, and it was making noises that didn't make.
Sparking.
Well, it wasn't sparking. It
I
Shoot
heard
just
the
flames.
sparks, and I said that's normal for a
Yeah,
drill
it's
like
electric
it
that.
really
motor.
just sounded like something in there was ready to
Explode.
blow up.
Yeah.
Wow.
like
to
a grinding
blow.
But also, you didn't
noise.
want to
Yeah.
break your dad's drill.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I just decided that it's, time for me to get my own drill instead of just stealing his.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Because you do a lot of things with drills,
Well,
you know?
and, and we all know Matt. He probably would be upset if he found out his drill was missing when he needed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The one time, he really would need his drill, and what would he do without
Yeah,
it, you
yeah.
know?
Probably have to
So-
use his hands.
He
I'm just being real.
screwdriver.
I'm just picturing some like creative like caveman solution for
Well,
an
no, Dane,
alternative to a
they
drill.
make old drills that you can.
Yeah, I know. You
can
sit there and you
turn.
swirl.
I
the-
have a couple
Yeah.
of them.
I don't
if you
know,
want me
there's
to bring
also
one
It
in.
looks like you're about to bake a
Screwdrivers,
cake, except it's all pointy.
Phillips.
yeah,
Just
and my
mix
dad
it.
my dad
Flathead.
definitely has those. He does
Yeah.
Perfect.
because they're in the toolbox, and
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah, I have a couple of them too. Just
Yeah.
'cause-
So
Yeah, they're like grandpa tools.
So regardless, he would survive. He can definitely make do with anything. But
Mm-hmm.
as for me, I would never, and that absolutely would not work for my application, right?
Mhm.
So I did head to Lowe's because there's not a Home Depot right near my house, so I went to a Lowe's.
Went to a depot. Okay.
And
Sorry you had to slum it.
Yeah, I am sorry about that. Coming from somebody that worked at Lowe's.
I worked at
seen
Depot. I'll
things
vouch. It's
that
actually
will
pretty decent.
haunt your dreams.
Yeah.
But
I don't think
anyway-
they were that bad. But anyway.
How much was your disappointment when you...
It wasn't bad because basically what I learned, what I took away from our very in-depth conversation about drills
Yes.
was we kind of decided, okay, it's probably best for me to get a corded drill.
Right.
Yeah.
Quarter drill. This way, you don't have to worry about battery dying. And when you're using something like a drill brush, or let's say some people use eraser wheels, some people use mother's polishing balls.
And you're already running an extension of the car anyways.
Yeah,
for your
you've already
vacuum.
got an extension cord for vacuum or a
Here, if
polisher
you're
or
using
something.
it, you'll have power close by.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
you can burn. People don't realize how when you put that much torque on a motor, how fast you can drain a battery.
Yeah.
So you never want to impede yourself. I know a lot of people are like, oh, new battery technology, blah blah blah. You never want to impede yourself. The goal is making money.
Yeah.
You're going to be using this to work on cars for folks.
Yeah.
So it's much easier to plug in a cable,
Exactly.
get your job done.
Yeah, and it's great. I think we can play around with these,
Yeah.
but the drill brush attachments, it's a 4-piece kit. So what it comes with is like a ball shaped one, but it's like a cylinder and then like a rounded top.
Yeah.
And then there's a flat one, and then there's a tiny flat one.
Okay.
And then there's also an extension for it. So like, to
you
get
get a
in
deeper
between
spot.
like
Yeah.
the seats and like areas where your whole drill isn't going to fit, it does have that for you. So all around, I was excited because I wanted to use all of these things. So I did buy a drill, and so my options were kind of limited because obviously the majority of drills are cordless.
Right. Yeah.
So there was a
Nowadays.
small section of corded drills. There's a small selection to choose from. And then I also remember you had said something about the keyed.
Yeah. You want a keyed chuck
Yeah.
and not a keyless chuck.
Right. So the only problem with that is there was only one that was a keyed one, and it was really heavy. It was really freaking bulky and heavy, and I was
Sounds
like,
right.
This was at Lowe's.
That's a
Yes.
quality piece is what that is. The heavier it is, then you know it's good.
and so I said, my tiny arms can't
you get muscles.
freaking do this in and out
So
of
what'd you
cars. So I ended up buying, what did I say? It was like a Craftsman.
Yeah.
And so it is a keyless.
Yeah.
But I had to,
Yeah.
weigh my options
So you can
there.
still use it.
Right. And it's lightweight enough for me to
And it's corded?
move quickly. Yeah.
Nice.
It's corded, and I just went crazy with it.
Cool.
So that was what I would say would probably be the highlight of my weekend, because I really was excited to test that out,
Nice.
and it saved me a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
can't
say
argue
that.
with that.
No.
Plus, like, the corded ones are half the price of the cordless ones,
Yeah.
generally speaking.
Yeah, it was $50.
Oh, that's
It
not
was $50.
bad. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Good.
I was really excited about that. And then, so I was in the middle of detailing a car for someone who wanted to resell the car, right? And then the cord started, or the drill started being weird, and I just didn't want to use it anymore. And luckily, since it was a car that he was planning on reselling, it wasn't his like actual vehicle.
Yeah.
He told me, he was like, you can take as much time as you need with it. I'm going to McCall anyway, so just have it there and work on it. So I had time to just like play around and kind of figure out different techniques and whatnot
Sure.
with my new tool.
Nice.
But so I finished it because halfway through the drill was being scary, and so it was
no.
nice that I had that ability to be like, okay, like I'm just gonna stop this for the
Come
night
back to it.
before this
Yeah.
kills, I don't know, everything in a 5-mile radius, because you never know with drills these days.
What was it doing?
What?
It was just making a scary sound.
Was it rattling?
And this is the new drill?
No, the old one.
Okay, the old
Okay.
one.
It
Okay.
was like, I don't know. It just sounded like something, and it was not
Because when
happy.
you get those drills, like the plug-in ones from the 80s, or you get like one that has like a metal body or something like
I've
that.
got
and you
one
see,
of
like,
those, too.
I've got one of those.
But
that
it
I
wasn't
never
even-
use it anymore, but it kicks out the blue sparks. And
So
it's
we
all,
bring in our drills next Monday.
Yeah.
we
Hot
could have a drill.
talk.
I will absolutely bring in my drill.
I'll bring in one
Oh,
of my
man.
old ones that you twist it, and then I'll bring in the metal one.
Okay.
Well, now I
Looks
got
like
a
a
24
nail gun.
volt skill that's actually a battery powered one, and
Ooh,
I've
a
used that
skill,
to.
nice.
I was
it's
going to
been
bring
good.
in my nice
It works.
Yeah.
drill.
But
in
no,
Milwaukee.
like for yours,
Oh, I've got a
corded,
DeWalt
nothing wrong with
M18.
it.
Yeah, it works
Impact
perfect.
driver.
So I was very happy with the overall result. And the owner, well, the guy who technically I guess owns the car, who's looking to resell it, was very impressed with the results. And it was different this time around because he had just given me his budget and said do what you can with that budget, rather than being like, I want all of this stuff done and then you
I like
price it
that.
out after.
That's
So
nice.
I knew beforehand what his budget was, and I was just allowed to work with that to what I felt like was worth it for him and worth it for me. So
Nice.
Smart.
And you tackled which things again?
So I did the headlights, even
Which
though
number one biggest thing for resale detail?
Yeah.
Headlights, absolutely.
So and he told me beforehand, he said, I really want to focus on the interior, not so much the exterior. And I said, well, people are going to notice the headlights and they're going to know that those look bad. And they did. They looked really bad. You couldn't see through them.
Yeah.
What was the car?
It was a Mazda CX-7.
Okay. Yeah, those have a tendency for the headlights to yellow pretty
So
quickly.
yeah, they looked really bad. And possibly someone had tried to fix them before, because I don't know, they just felt like really sticky and
There wasn't a lot left in there.
no, yeah.
Okay.
So it was not ideal.
But
I
you
did.
like doing headlights
I
now.
do.
Like, you're,
I do,
You're almost
because
addicted to it
I
now.
am addicted to it because I just think it turns out.
It's the most
It's satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest change.
Yeah. So, I did do the headlights. I did just a quick exterior wash. It wasn't really like hammered. It just had surface dirt. I cleaned the wheels up a little bit, but not like spotless. And then mostly just focused a lot of the time on the interior, since that's what he said he cared about. So.
Yep. Listening
Good.
to the customer.
Good.
Good job.
Well, it's good. I think that's really nice when somebody can, say, "Hey, this is my budget," and trust you enough to say, this is what that will be worth, right? And
Yeah, if you're an individual detailer doing that kind of stuff, it's a lot easier to be able to accommodate that kind of thing. If you're in a shop, a little more difficult because you have
Yeah.
set stuff in place. You know what it's going to cost you an hour to work on a car. Obviously, if they were to show up at Levi's shop, it's a little different. He has his menu, and that's what you go with.
Yeah, correct. And a menu is really helpful. But also for somebody that's starting out, like I know that it takes a while to build that confidence of knowing what you're worth and being able to tell somebody that once the detail is done, right? Because that's kind of a stressful thing for people that are new and starting out, right? Because they say, okay, I did all this work. This is what I'm going to charge this guy. I hope he's understanding. I hope he, doesn't question my pricing, right? That's something that people think about, and they get kind of worried. So then next thing you know, they start second guessing themselves, right? Like I've even had it in my first few big details where I said, okay, I'm going to charge this guy this amount of money. I'm sticking to my guns because I sweat my butt off. I used all this product, all these towels, and I know what my time was worth, right? And then literally 30 minutes before the guy gets there, I'm looking over the car. I'm like, well, maybe it isn't that great. Maybe I should change my price. Maybe I should drop it by 50 or $100. What do I do?
It's imposter syndrome. You're sitting there going, I'm not worthy. I can't do that.
Yeah,
when in
that's
reality, you got the skills.
But
you can make it.
But it's
happen.
a confidence thing
Yeah.
that it takes time to get over. I got over it, and now I'm proud when I say, hey, this is how much it costs, right? And they're like oh, okay.
But you also know when you've done a great job versus when you've done a pretty good job.
Exactly. But for Morgan starting out with her first, few jobs, you've done about 10 jobs so far, right? It still takes more time than that to eventually say, hey, this is what I want. But with a guy telling you that to work around a budget, that makes it easy. That makes it very less stressful.
That helps you. You
much
can
less stressful.
plan out exactly what you want to make
and
an
the more
hour,
that,
and
the more
shoot for
cars
that
she
goal.
gets done, the more she can gauge like, oh, it takes me this long to do this.
Yeah.
And that comes with time.
From
You
the first
figure
step
that
to the
out.
last step, it's going to take me an hour and a half to do.
Yeah.
And so then you can kind of work around and go like, this is how much I'm going to charge for this. This service cost me this much because I know it's only going to take me this long to do it. There are people that can do headlights in 20 minutes and get them completely corrected.
Yeah.
And so some people charge $30, some people charge $100 to do headlights. It all just depends on their technique and what they use and how fast they can get it done. But the people that can do it in 20 minutes and charge $100, that's an easy $100.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and you give yourself a little bit of a buffer in time in your budget, whatever, to just be able to look out for, this gives me a second to go back and get something I thought maybe I missed that, something like that. You give yourself a little wiggle room at the end, just knowing where you plan out your time.
So what else did you do?
Yeah.
Did his headlights, did the interior, did you clean the wheels, obviously?
Yeah.
Saw that. and he liked it.
He did.
Obviously.
Yeah, because he hadn't even really spent much time with the car because he literally bought it,
To flip it?
drove it home from, because I think he said he works at an RV dealership, and someone brought in, because apparently they take trades for cars to put towards the RV. So the guy brought in the car, and they just took the car, and then they were obviously just going to get rid of it because they're not a car lot.
Sure.
So he bought it for probably a really good deal, and then was just like, oh, this is what I'm going to sell it for. But it was, I mean, it had a lot of like trash in it. So it was just like taking out the big stuff, vacuuming, and then
giving it a good clean.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
No, good
Anything else
job.
for the weekend? You go out, do anything fun, exciting?
no.
Crazy
All
nights,
right,
just that.
crazy nights out on the town? Nothing.
No.
Just detailing.
I'd ask.
Detailing.
All right, Dane, take it away.
What'd you do, Dane?
Well, kind of mix it up. I did not come into work this weekend.
Stop it. Are you?
What?
Hey!
I didn't do it.
Wow.
Dang.
The temptation was there,
All right,
but I
Dane,
resisted.
taking the
Wow.
weekend
Yeah.
off.
So what did you fill
do?
your time
Well,
with?
he
It's weird.
replaced all the light
I
bulbs
had-
on the
It was
house.
weird.
I had so
outside.
much more time. You're gonna laugh. I went to Home Depot and I got 2
Christmas
low
trees.
energy
Christmas
use
trees.
incandescent bulbs to put into my garage door opener.
You know, the
bulbs.
only thing Dane does when he takes the weekend off, change light bulbs.
Still, all I can think about is Dane in a robe outside his
Cup of
front
coffee.
porch.
Cup
I
of
get-
coffee.
I get on a little
Changed
step
out
ladder.
all my
I
light
open up
bulbs.
the
Which
covers.
ones? The ones outside.
I replaced
That's
the
like
ones
Oh.
in my garage door opener because, as I mentioned in a previous podcast, I
You
discovered
learned. Yeah.
LED bulbs mess with your signal to your garage door opener. So by putting an incandescent
Is
bulb,
Why
that
didn't you just
so?
go to the dollar store instead of Home Depot?
I just because I was already there for
Oh,
another
okay.
thing. I
What was
picked
the
up-
other thing you were doing at Home
I
Depot?
picked up a new vacuum cleaner.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, Dane.
What
Dane.
did you go with,
My
Dane?
goodness.
What vacuum cleaner?
I got myself. Well, I didn't go anything crazy. Not
Get
like
a
I
Dirt
picked
Devil?
up a Dyson.
You a dirt
Oh.
devil?
I got me a Dirt Devil.
Yeah.
You did. You
Yeah.
devil you. Dirt
I have
devil.
a Dirt Devil too. It's a nice vacuum.
You know
So-
what? Just for a simple bang for your buck thing, because it's mostly
Wow.
hardwood floors in my house, so
Yeah.
I don't really have any carpet except
Yeah.
for a couple rugs, and those rugs get so
Hammered.
much dog hair
Yeah.
Yeah.
sucked into them. I'm usually just kind of sweeping or mopping the house. I rarely ever use like a vacuum in there, but looking at it, I'm like, this is kind of like when you go detailing a car interior and you're like, I think that's the natural color of the interior, and then you do a little spot and you go, oh, it's not.
Yeah.
That rug could
I've
be
had-
much
Let
different.
me just say, I've had cars like that where you get in and you're like, oh, that's dog hair. That's
Oh.
not.
That's not a
That's
beige
rug.
interior. That's just dog hair. That's brown
That's
in there.
gross.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, spruced up a little of that stuff.
Nice.
Got a new couch at my house. So
Yes, new couch. All right,
It
God
Wow.
dang,
Takes
he's
up-
remodeling.
takes up a lot of space. But
Remodeling
it looks
the Great Dane,
really good
HQ.
because my house, it has like this kind of like I don't
Goes
know, you
well
wouldn't
with
call
the
it
Christmas
rustic,
tree, too.
but I kind of went for this darker, cooler aesthetic where it's a lot of burgundy, it's a lot of browns, it's a lot of like beige stuff. It's not just white walls and kind of bland. Like I was trying to make it a little more warm looking,
Yeah.
but it's also darker at the same time. So it's like you don't want it to look like a
So it
cave.
looks like barbacoa.
You're just trying to make it interesting. So so you got that set, but it's a burgundy couch, burgundy leather couch, and it fits really
Oh.
nicely.
now,
fun fact.
Now the question is though.
Fun fact:
Okay. What's your fun fact?
that burgundy couch
Yeah.
is the Hennen family's
Yes.
own sectional.
Yeah, it is.
It
That
is.
a few months ago, you and I and John and a few other people, when Dane was laid up from a surgery,
Mm.
went over to his parents' house, pulled that couch out
Yes.
of their living room,
Yeah. That's the thing.
moved it out to the driveway so that Dane could come get it. And this past weekend, it finally got installed into Dane's
Yes.
living room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're
That's
men-
what
very
happened.
nice. Our friends at Color Lock, if you could send Dane a burgundy
I would love to give that a
re-dye
shot.
set.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That couch needs re-dyed.
On the main section
Couple
of
of
it,
them. Couple
like
of them need-
2/3 of it are actually in really good shape. Just few
It's
minor
in really
scuffs.
nice shape.
You get to the end of it, which was clearly where like their dog used to sit. It
Or
is
Dane,
clearly
as
down
a young
little
child.
bit,
Yeah.
and the way it fits in my house is perfect because it's directional. The thing
Oh,
only
nice.
fits in one
Yeah.
way. It's exactly where my dog liked to sit anyway.
Oh,
So she gets
perfect.
to go down there, and if I fix it up, I'll fix it up.
Yeah, it's
Well,
got some
but-
dog claw scratching.
So I got a question. So Dane, I know you're going through for a new aesthetic there, and with the warmer tones but darker. So the question is did you get Liz a matching shawl so when she's laying on the couch, she can also go with the ambiance of the...
Well, the fun part is that the couch is maroon.
Okay.
So it matches the Christmas tree quite well.
It's a warm burgundy, and it goes well with the other burgundy wall I have.
Oh, burgundy
in there,
accent wall.
as well as a burgundy wall opposite that.
Second burgundy accent wall.
But
amazing.
it's layered,
Love
so
it.
there's like a shelf up above. The wall of that shelf
full of beer bottles.
is burgundy, but lower is
Burgundy
actually
shelf.
a warm sandy brown color. So it's just very
sounds
very
amazing.
warm.
So is that on the
beautiful.
bar side where you have the TV set up? for
There's
playing?
another TV
Hold
over
on,
I
there.
would
you
like
have
to
a
see
bar?
a home tour.
Dane has a bar.
Dane has a bar, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice bar.
I have
It's
a
a part
50
of his rumpus room.
no,
it's
it,
a 50s tiki bar.
it's a tiki
legit
bar.
Oh.
bamboo
Yeah.
from the 50s. Tiki
I
bar.
loved it.
Jimmy
Installed in
Buffett
the house?
himself.
It's not installed. It's something that came from
Oriental
Sun Valley,
trading.
and then we brought it down and put
So
it into
true story.
Nice,
Me
very
and
nice.
Will, right?
Yeah.
Basically, we
Will is one of our shipping managers.
he is, and we sat at that tiki bar for hours playing Mario Party, and we also played
wonderful.
Pokemon Snap is what we played on Nintendo 64.
I got a Nintendo 64
right?
forgot.
hooked
You
up
have-
on there.
I forgot.
And-
You've got games, swings,
Yes.
bars, things
And
of
we
that nature.
drank quite a bit.
house, yeah.
Tried a bit of
So-
hard alcohol.
so-
It was
so it's
pretty
there.
Good.
50s tiki bar.
That
Very
was
nice.
that was a year and a half ago, Dane. It's been a year and a half since your last Christmas party.
Yeah, I'm just I work really hard at work, and then I'm lazy at most other stuff.
So this is what I would like to do. This Christmas, Dane, you are going to
Rag
host another
Company
Christmas party, right?
Rag Company
Oh,
Christmas
Okay,
party at
and
Dane's house.
Dane, not only are you going to host this party, all of our favorite
inviting-
friends from Q&A Thursdays are invited.
Watch. I'm gonna take my tree down the day
I
before.
love it.
No, we can't have that happen.
Sounds
No,
great.
see,
Let's
that's
do
the
that.
thing. Liz and I talked about this actually. Now that the couch is in there, the tree is a problem.
Was there not a couch before?
I am not okay with that.
No,
Dane.
the couch was there, and it was two
It's all right, the
couches
Christmas tree will
with
make it
a
into the bedroom.
stand in the
I
middle to
hope.
form a table. So they made an L. Now it's a sectional that goes and then
Ah.
curves, but it curves at such a point that it's actually 2 feet further
Pushes
back.
the Christmas tree out.
And now it's finally
Through
close
the
enough to the
window.
wall
Through the
that when I
window,
have the
it's
Christmas
stuck out
tree
the window.
placed where it is, there's a pinch point when you walk in the door. It's like you're pinched.
You either
have
walk
about
right into the tree
2.5
or
foot,
not.
3 foot wide section that you can walk through. If I get rid of that tree, it doesn't seem claustrophobic. But if the tree's there,
So,
So there's
put
a
it in the
simple
bedroom.
solution, maybe.
Move it to the bedroom. It could become the new headboard for the Dane of Thrones bed.
Okay, well,
It's a tree.
okay, or we can give a little more purpose behind that. That bar needs a bartender. I say we put the Christmas tree behind the bar.
Put your glasses that you
Put a pair of
Bartender.
sunglasses on your tree.
on the tree,
I love it. Yeah.
man.
and it will be perfect.
All right,
Yeah.
Well,
so Dane,
noted. Okay.
you got your
so
badge.
Congratulations on
We
the
got
set
your
that
couch.
up.
new Dane.
It looks
Dane
very nice.
headquarters.
It fits in
Do you have
very
throw
nice.
pillows, Dane?
Did you buy some throw
that's-
pillows?
We actually worked on figuring out what our
Color
table
scheme.
solution is going to be
Perfect.
in this space because our existing table is very large, but with the couch in there, while it does fit, it's a little pinch now with that large
see.
table.
So-
So that table's going to have to
Christmas
Coming
tree
soon
on
to the
top.
Great Dane HQ is
Solution
the
packets.
So we're considering
Coffee table
finding
solution
a
package.
burgundy ottoman that we can put there.
Perfect.
Something,
some more comfortable.
simple storage solution. Throw some
Yes.
blankets in there. Just
but
a nice
also
little
be able to
spot.
put your feet up.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
it's
Kick back,
recliner.
relax.
The
Yeah.
sectional has a recliner on each end, but in the
Uh-huh.
middle, ottoman would make sense. So
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Just
so your
trying to
guests
fill out
can
the space.
Put their feet up as well.
But what I
like
want to
that.
find is one of those ottomans you can flip the lid and it becomes a table.
Yep.
That would be cool. I want to find one of those. So
I like that.
I'm on the hunt.
Very nice.
But yeah, so other than that, I told myself on Saturday morning that I was going to go look at a car.
So other
Yes,
thing, Dane's looking at
Dane.
adding a fourth horse to the stable.
That is not true.
No, he's not actually.
Well, he's
There are-
getting
there
getting
are-
rid of Liz, and then he's adding a fourth horse to the
Oh.
stable. Sorry.
So out of
She
the
doesn't know yet.
three cars I have a 92 Mazda Miata. I have my 2006 Volvo V50 all-wheel drive T5R design.
Yeah.
And I have my Ford C-Max.
Yeah.
So
So you're thinking of getting rid of the C-Max?
No, the C-Max is
to
staying
buy
put. That is
to buy this new vehicle.
that is such an excellent
the
car.
new vehicle is also a stick.
That's the hard part. It's the first time I've looked at getting an interesting car. That's not a stick.
Oh my god.
For-
For
they-
shame.
They never made it
so
with
you're
a
going
stick.
to get rid of the Miata.
So the Miata and the Volvo could very well be going.
Get rid of both of them.
Dane, you
to
can
buy-
sell me the Miata.
Why would
So-
you? Hold on.
Hold on. There's a method to the madness.
I understand. I already know what car you're looking at, so I'm
No,
not
there's,
gonna.
there's two cars.
I'm not gonna tease it quite yet. But you're going to get rid of 2 cars, one that is not practical and the other one that is practical.
Yes.
To get a vehicle that is not practical.
See, this is where you don't know the rest of my plan.
Okay.
You enjoy your mini truck, don't you?
I do love my mini truck.
If I were to, say, get a less practical car and have it be my nice, more expensive nice car,
Yes.
and then have a more practical pickup truck
You're
that's
gonna get a
small
mini
and
truck?
economical, I would trade across
Are you
the
going to join the
Miata for a mini truck.
You're going to join the S10 gang?
I would get maybe an S10, maybe a Ranger, maybe a Tacoma. I just don't know. I
Get
have to
an
find
S10.
something in that ballpark.
Get an S10.
But I'm come from a Chevy family, so
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
S10 or GMC.
I'm familiar
Little
because
Sonoma.
I grew up
I'm
driving
all right
a
with
Blazer.
this, Dane. I'm
so
all
I
right
knew
with
it.
this. Okay.
So basically,
Levi
All right,
is now
I'm
tuned
I'm
in.
now
He
on
is
board.
interested.
if
I'm now
I
on board.
can, this is hard for me because I
Yeah.
love the Miata. It's been the most reliable little car that I didn't originally think was going to be reliable. So to anybody out there looking, give them a chance. They're awesome.
Anybody
But in
want
this
Dane's
particular
hot
case,
Miata?
I got my wagon and I just keep finding reasons where, man, having a little pickup truck would make so much sense.
Yeah.
But having the Miata, it's so fun, but it's not as practical
So
as a little
build
truck.
build a little Miata.
So if I want to get kind of
Little
a
race
fun, angry, mean car,
Yeah, little race truck
and
action.
replace my noisy but frankly not nearly as fast Volvo
Mm-hmm.
with something, yeah, I might go that route.
I like it.
So
I'm
that's
on
kind of
board.
the plan. So yeah, the Miata is getting replaced with something else
Okay.
potentially.
I
Yeah.
can't believe that.
So
yeah,
what
I
did
know it's
you-
crazy. I would, and Liz was looking at really, you get rid of the Miata? Like she felt bad because she
Well,
loves
that's
the
the
Miata
only reason
too.
she fell in love with you. Literally. That's
Yeah.
the only reason.
No,
But-
Liz loved being top down
but
in
then
Miata.
I
Wind blowing
told
through
her
her
it
It's
hair.
all about top.
I
with
told
Callie in
her
her
about
lap.
the pickup
Yeah.
truck plan, and she was actually game for it. She's like, that makes a lot of sense. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well,
okay. So,
So you're
here's
not
the
getting
thing.
rid of the C-Max then?
No, I'm keeping the C-Max. It's such a low monthly payment, and it's such a, for what it is,
It's practically free.
I couldn't replace that car with a better car. Honestly, the Ford C-Max, for the price, awesome. I'm not replacing that with anything. I like it too much, honestly.
So that's
Like-
a hybrid though, right? Or is
Yeah.
it full electric?
No, I'm averaging 60 miles per gallon in it.
I really want that.
Yeah. It's got killer range, all that
Or
stuff.
in
But
your-
basically,
if you
it's
have
the energy
$13,000,
model.
it'd
It has
be
the
yours.
plug-in battery, so I get 20 miles of range, pure electric, beyond simple hybrid capability. That means I can run errands without ever using any gas,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
cool because it just lasts and lasts.
Yeah.
Anyway, besides the point, the car I went to look at, that's what people really want to know.
Yeah. So tell us about it.
So when I saw it listed, I found it in the Facebook Marketplace. When I saw the dealership it was at, I was a little less than
Yeah, your heart
excited.
fell a little bit. We'll just say it's not a great dealership.
We
They don't
wanna
have a
name
great
names.
reputation.
They do not have a great
We'll just say they
reputation.
don't have a great reputation.
Everyone
However,
knows who it is.
They
If you're-
carry-
if you're
they-
a local, you
They
know.
carry a lot of nice stuff.
but you know
but
what?
Everything is really bad.
I want
mechanically.
to temper that by saying I went there and I was actually impressed.
They-
Sales guy were actually very cool.
Yeah.
Not nearly as pushy or
They're nice
misleading
guys.
as you might think.
And
they were
they'll tell
actually
you,
nice. And
But the
they'll-
problem is,
yeah.
if you took that car to an independent mechanic,
Yeah.
had them go through it, they would find something.
They would find some
horribly
things.
wrong with that car.
Oh yeah, usually I'm
It's
usually
usually what
expecting to
happens.
find this car was in a wreck and they didn't say anything or something terrible like that.
Yeah.
So I did a VIN search online. I did a lot of checking on this
Mm-hmm.
car because they had the VIN out there, and I checked it, and actually everything came back solid. It looked like it had one owner, and then I
Yeah.
went to a dealership in Sacramento, California, and then it got passed from one dealership up to here, and this is where it is now. Has about 125,000 miles on it.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, but that's the thing is I'm not scared of high mile cars, generally speaking. I don't have a problem with that. Some
Dane
people
revived
are.
a 200,000 mile Miata.
Miata's got
I'm not worried about a
215,000 miles on
Miata.
it.
The car he's looking at,
Oh.
high mileage scares me.
Oh, I know.
That's
What
all.
year is it?
It's an 07. So it's a 2007 Jaguar XKR.
Mm-hmm.
So we all know when it comes to the Brits,
Well,
they
when
don't
you-
make the most
Well,
reliable
when you
vehicles.
buy a Jag, you're supposed to buy two of them. That way, when you
Yeah.
have one, you have another one in case it breaks down
And
or for parts.
If we were talking about picking up a V12 XJS from the 80s, absolutely. Even an XK8 from the 90s, questionable. However, this generation, while it does have its problems and stuff, I've been doing a lot of research for the last few months, and I've found this one, with the exception of a thermostat, is actually pretty reliable.
Okay.
So it's actually not bad.
Kudos to you for doing the research.
But yeah, no,
so
I've
you
been-
went and looked at the car. Did you drive it?
I did drive it.
Did you leave with it?
I did not.
Oh.
But that's not because I don't want it. It's simply because I got to get my ducks in a row first.
Sell your cars.
So, I'm looking
Those
at
of you that are
stuff.
looking to buy a Volvo V50R design, contact Dane Hennen at Dane at theragcompany.com.
Here's the funnest thing about it.
Tell him you
Those
saw it here on
guys
the podcast.
went gaga over the Volvo.
Yeah.
They said, we don't care if you buy the car from us. Tell us if you're going to sell that Volvo. Like, we want your Volvo. All right. And I told them it was a manual, and they lost their.
Yeah.
They're like,
Sure
oh,
they were
that's
like,
right. Because
that's the hardest car in the world to work on. They don't even make a Chilton manual for it.
so
it's a unicorn.
So the thing is,
Pretty much.
we all generally know about this particular dealership. They always seem to have the kinds of cars that do get your eye, get your attention. But
Yeah, they
inevitably
do.
you find that there's something wrong with it
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, but you see the cars like my Volvo would fit in on their
Oh,
lot.
it would be
makes
just
sense.
fine. Yeah.
It'd probably be more reliable than a lot of things you find. But the Jag actually drove very clean. There
Very
weren't
nice.
any crazy
Nice,
warning
yeah.
lights. There
Mhm.
weren't any weird sounds. The alignment was right. I didn't hear any like wheel bearing issues.
Did you feel expensive driving it?
I will say there's
Make you feel
something
pretty
you
good to be
feel
like,
like you're driving the
driving a
damn
Jag.
Batmobile when you're driving that thing
Driving a
because
Jag.
it's something I didn't expect. The actual like dash line and the people talk about like you're driving a Camaro. It feels like
Yeah.
you're driving in a pillbox. I thought the Jag was going to be a little bit more space inside. It's actually not.
Yeah.
It's pretty confined space, but you got the hatchback. But I felt like I could find the corner of the vehicle everywhere, all around. So just something about driving it just felt right. So
Looks
it
like
did,
Dane's buying a Jag next
appealed
week. If
to
you
me.
guys want,
I must say.
check out Craigslist in Boise.
Here's the hard thing.
Dane's Volvo and Miata will be up for wonderful
for
pricing.
for the price. There are obviously other vehicles out there you can find. Everybody's going Corvette, something like that. Like I would like a Corvette certainly, like a C5,
Pick up
C6.
the C5.
That's appealing. But at the same time, a lot of those Vets are going to be run way more ragged than most of these Jag XKRs or XK8s are because the kinds of people who generally drive them are
Old
going to be a
people,
little
old
rougher
man.
on them.
Old
man's driving the Jag XK, and I'm okay with
No
that.
old men driving the Corvettes.
Corvette.
No, well, yeah,
I know
everybody
young kids
knows.
are buying Corvettes.
Everybody knows the stereotypes exist, but at the same time, like
Dane's
your
already got his
insurance is
Tommy
set up at a
Bahama
particular
shirts.
rate.
He's ready to go.
Well, I just got to grade my
Yeah.
hair, put on my New Balance shoes,
Well,
I'll be set. But
quite literally, when I went to the Jimmy Buffett concert, I saw hundreds of Corvettes.
Oh, it was like 1,000
no
Corvettes.
question. Like
It
that's
was like a Corvette
unofficial
meeting.
car
It was like,
Yeah.
but
It's
and
like
then
a
they
car
had
show.
they had an RV to go with every Corvette
Yep.
there.
Well, they
So
tow their Corvettes behind their RV.
That's what it was.
So basically, what I'm getting at is I'm expecting to get some comments of, "Oh God, Dane, don't buy that. Jaguars are unreliable." Trust me, I already know like the horror stories.
Dane's
people have.
Dane's got
I
money to
am well
burn.
aware.
He's got that rag company money to burn.
That's not even remotely
Oh,
true.
sorry.
But I'm thinking about like certain ways to strategically.
I think
get
it's
the
a
stuff
nice
that
car.
I
I
like.
looked at it. I think
I've-
it's a very pretty car. I agree with you. I love Jags.
Hmm.
I'm scared to death of them, but I
Sure.
love them.
Yeah, like
Um,
I would not buy a Range Rover or a Land Rover with my money out of warranty. No way, no how. Like
Yeah.
nothing but.
But
horror
that Jag
stories.
is a beautiful car, and I think that's probably your best option. To
and
get
it was a
one of
one
those.
owner, which
Yeah,
stood out.
no, and I
positively.
agree with you. I think it's a very nice idea to get rid of the Miata, get rid of the Volvo, pick up that Jag, and get yourself a small truck.
Because
to
what
go
I've
with it.
found driving the Volvo is while I love it, it gets me like halfway to where I want to be. I want a V8, slightly impractical, fun car, like
Yeah.
a Vet or the Jag or something like that. Something that just makes
Yeah.
a noise and people go, oh.
Yeah.
Like I've wanted that for a long time, and now I feel like I'm in a position like I want to do that.
There you go. You don't
But
have
a little
children
mini
yet.
truck helps me be practical.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that works out. And it doesn't have to be anything expensive. Like people are like, oh my God, you have so many cars. No, like just be smart about it. Don't get in debt in a bunch of expensive things. Just selectively choose. And a little truck can be cheap and still be reliable. And you can find parts at a junkyard and fix it up.
Yep.
And you're good.
exactly.
You gotta tell me twice.
So anyway, that was a long tangent. I just wanted to cover
I
that
like
base.
it.
But
Nice.
no,
That
you
was your
got it.
weekend.
So yeah,
Excellent.
that was essentially my
Yeah,
weekend.
Nice.
I did a lot.
So I detailed a car this weekend.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ooh, what'd you do?
It was a Mercedes.
Oh,
Which one?
Wow.
A friend of mine. It was a E320.
What?
Yeah.
Is that what we drove when we were in Colorado?
Yeah.
Love that
It
car.
was a very nice car.
Very nice.
So as a buddy of mine, he hurt himself
Ooh.
over the 4th of July weekend. He went to a dude ranch with his lovely wife and got bucked off of a horse.
Ooh.
Broke 3 ribs, broke his
Wow.
collarbone, cracked his pelvis, and broke a couple vertebrae in his neck.
I don't think I've ever
Uh,
heard a story of someone getting bucked off a horse and not being injured somehow horribly.
No,
So-
horses are scary as hell.
Yeah.
Man. I don't mess with horses, dude.
John
They're-
Wick
So
3,
he
am
got
I right?
stuck.
Not
So they were
beautiful
stuck in
creatures.
Colorado for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Oh.
He was in the hospital for 15 days while they surgically repaired him.
Ooh.
And he went back to work on Wednesday was the first day back to work. He's still got a sling and got his arm on, the pad and stuff and all that kind of stuff. So he called me up and said, hey, I haven't driven my car for 5 weeks, and I can't technically drive until my collarbone's healed. So I got another 2 months, at least 6 weeks maybe, the car's sitting. And it's driving me nuts. If you could just come pick it up, detail it up, get it all cleaned up for me. At least then it make me feel better, like the car's ready to go when I get in it. And he just was going to throw a cover over it. And I'm going to do his wife's car next weekend. So, and these are 2 cars that I've detailed. Actually, his wife's car is the very first car we ever put OptiCoat on at my shop. So we'll be working on that. And then, but yeah, so that's what I did this weekend. Picked up his car Friday night after work, left the Elantra, drove it down the hill and had it in the shop, and then took it back Saturday evening, back to his house. We kind of hung out, and kids jumped on the trampoline and stuff at his place. And then Sunday, the family and the Campbell family, our friends Derek and Jadelle, we took all the kids up to Barkley Bay, which is up there at Lucky Peak. Had a great afternoon, just chilling out in the water. Turned the girls into mermaids. They like put their legs, and we covered them in sand on the kids.
That's fun.
Took some fun pictures. They had a blast. We were there for about 4 hours. We spent a good chunk of the day there. It was beautiful. It was just warm enough, not too hot. And then we had some cloud cover, so it didn't, we could have a break from the sun. So we weren't too burned. Hadley got a little burned. Carly got a little burned. My face got a little bit, but not too bad. But all in all, it was a pretty good weekend. It was fast. The new fan was working overtime in the MOS HQ while I was detailing. So that was very nice feature to have.
Cooling solution package.
The cooling, the HQ cooling solution package, version 1.0.
Yeah.
I'm thinking version 2.0 or 1.2 will be probably an oscillating option mounted on the wall.
Like that.
I think that would probably be something. I'm researching it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, that was my weekend. What are you doing? What'd you do, Anthony?
Oh, man. Friday, I kind of hunkered down. I think Friday night, I actually ended up going to the gym. That's pretty much all I did was just go into the gym. I said, hey, I got to go. Got about a month to get in some shape. So I need that
UK really plumped you up.
So I need to kind of cut back a little bit. It really did, though. Like, I came back and I was like, dude, I need to get back on a diet. I ate way too many English breakfasts.
I was 120 pounds when we started.
Yeah. So I guess going from there, basically, Saturday, I ended up doing a bunch of stuff. I ended up cleaning up the Civic, washing that, getting all of this. When you get that summer rain, that dusty summer rain.
Dirty. I had washed the Elantra last night.
And
it was so dusty.
It's also because all this damn chip seal. And so in Idaho,
everywhere, everywhere.
In
Just
Idaho,
Meridian, actually, Boise, we good.
Actually,
it's over
no.
my end,
When
too.
I
Is it?
They chip sealed the Park
Oh
Center
my God,
Bridge.
they're probably narrowing in
when
on
I
us.
test drove on Saturday, plus when I went shopping for like Ottoman stuff, almost every other street I went on in the greater like Maple Grove to the end of Meridian area, that whole section, just chip seal, and every other road you turn onto, chip seal.
I've turned around. I've turned around and taken longer ways.
So for those of you wondering about chip seal, they basically scrape the first layer of asphalt.
It's a cheap way of
lay
fixing
down
the road.
a glue, then they pour gravel over the top of it, or small pebbles.
ton.
And
they wait
fill it.
2 weeks.
Then they let people drive on it to level it out.
Yeah.
How
And they
thoughtful,
level
they
it
make
out.
us do the work.
So you drive through this dusty pea gravel.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
And-
bad.
And the
then-
rock chips are the I think it's just rock
It's
chips.
rock chips.
Yeah.
Like crazy. And then after it's leveled out for a couple weeks, then they brush it and level it the rest of the way.
With
And-
tar.
And then they tar
Yeah.
the top of it. They put seal coat on top
The
of
tar
it.
can't come soon enough.
And
No.
that's even more fun because if you get on the road that they just seal coated,
Yeah.
your whole car gets covered in tar.
Yeah.
And by the time you figure it out, it's too late.
Yep. So maybe we should go
However-
around with like some
However,
newsletters.
yeah.
and ask
However,
people
shout
get
out to
it
Ada
off.
County. We do have some of the nicest roads in the United States.
You're right.
We do have some pretty great roads.
Yeah.
Never have a
Compared to some
pothole.
of the places we've gone,
You
I
never
must
have to worry
agree.
about a pothole. You never have to see those squiggly black snake chip seal line or like asphalt sealer.
Yeah.
But there's no
lines on
getting
the
around a
roads.
chip seal is kind of a cheap way of fixing stuff.
It is.
Yeah,
it
but
is.
that's always everything's always nice.
It's
Yeah.
very impermanent, we'll say that, because
We've-
it does come back to a rough spot fairly quickly.
Yeah.
It
I
lasts a
can't
couple
remember
years.
how
Last
long
couple
ago
years.
though, because my parents' neighborhood was getting chip sealed, and I did have to pull over like 5 times getting to their house because people were tailgating me because I was like literally going 5 miles per
Oh,
hour.
Dude,
yeah, if
and
you go-
people,
if you-
and it's the same
People fly
thing.
through there.
They fly through the chip
I'm
seal,
like,
and they don't give an
no.
F. They
No.
don't care
Don't
because
drive next to
they're-
them, don't drive behind
because they're just
them.
like oh, this is just like driving in snow or whatever. It's not even a big deal, right? They kick up so much rocks that
Yeah.
it will
Yeah.
destroy a front of a car. It
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
cannot tailgate. You would just have to. And if somebody flies by you, I just try to get over it as much as I can to a certain side to avoid, because or just avoid going on the chip sealed roads. That's the other way to do it. But anyway, I ran a bunch of errands on Saturday. Went around, did some shopping, went and got some new joggers over at Old Navy.
Very nice.
Running a
Wow.
nice sale. Went to Costco.
Pick up yourself
Pick-
some all day Anthony joggers.
I
Old
don't know what you're
Old
talking-
Navy right now. They got
Talking about, yeah.
it's one of your great collabs.
Yeah, I love Old Navy. It's fantastic. But I also just went to Costco, did some stuff like that. And then I ended up just kind of having a lazy day. I had been starting the show, The Boys, right? And I finished that show.
Love
Excellent.
that shit.
Excellent.
Great show.
Yeah.
On
Really good way they ended it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited for the second season.
Super
For
excited.
people who don't know, it's on Amazon Prime. Check it out. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're squeamish, then maybe. don't.
It's the show. It's Seth Rogen and
Yeah.
Kripke, who is
Kripke,
the
yeah.
Creator of Supernatural.
Yeah. Great. I really love it.
you can feel that kind of vibe coming through
it's
in a lot
good
of areas.
vibes.
But it's like him
it.
unleashed to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
gnarly stuff.
So from there, Saturday night, so me and Katie went over to friend Andy and Alex's house for like a kind of like a barbecue, but
Yeah.
like a scary movie night, right? So
Oh,
we had
very
a-
nice. I like
So
those.
my friend Z and Adisa, my friend Andy and Alex, and we went over to their house, and we barbecued burgers, and I was in charge of the grill, right? I had this
Oh.
idea, right, in my head, did not turn out as great as what I
Really
thought it
burned?
was.
What are
So
the odds of that?
I was making like a whiskey barbecue burger, right? Using
Oh.
actual whiskey, right, with some 93.7
Well, you know, it's highly flammable.
ground beef and all of that.
So did you see that
So-
tutorial anywhere on the internet?
No. Yes. So I decided to make these burgers, these ground burgers, right? I put probably triple the amount of whiskey as I should have put inside there. So this meat actually just tasted like alcohol, right? After it was cooked.
This is like when somebody makes booze muffins or booze cupcakes, and then they realize the thing is
They-
actually just booze.
They put too much in it. It
Yeah.
did not bake out.
Yeah.
No.
So
So these burgers did not burn off.
no,
No.
absolutely not. Especially because my friends were like, keep them rare. We kind of like them rare. And I'm sitting here like, I have to cook these.
And they're eating like, boy, this burger
we-
sure is greasy. And you're like, that's not grease.
Yeah. So
No.
on the plus side, the burgers were good. They did taste like whiskey, but we smothered them in barbecue sauce, so they were really, really good. But the girls were not a fan. They're like, Anthony, this tastes like pure alcohol. And they ended up eating turkey burgers, so I felt kind of bad about that.
Yikes.
It was an
Ooh.
experiment that went wrong. It doesn't happen often with cooking, but it just did that time. So
Brave
following
effort,
that,
though.
we all decided to watch this movie called Pet Cemetery. And
Wait, the old one or
of
the new
Stephen
one?
King's
the
finest.
new one.
Okay.
And so, never seen it. Or I kind of heard about it. We ended up watching that. Honestly, not that scary of a movie, right? However, there are some cats involved in that movie. There's some animals involved. My friends have cats, right? So the second that, like, you know, we're starting this movie, all the lights are off in the house. I'm like, okay, I got to use the restroom. I'm like walking and I just see a cat in the hallway. I'm like, well, this is terrifying. You know, like this movie night is no longer fun.
Oh.
But no, that was kind of it for that day. And then Sunday, ended up doing some oil change stuff around the house. Ended up making some wedding decor. Me and Katie the other night spent some time together to make
You
some
guys
wedding
handmade
decor.
So
something?
did you do an oil change on your couch or bed or?
No, I did an oil change in the garage.
Oh,
And,
okay. Well, you said around the house.
This
Oil
sounds like a
changes.
euphemism. I don't know,
Well, he was
man.
doing oil changes. I didn't know if it was maybe like his panini maker or his coffee machine.
Hi guys, I have good news. Listen, just let me continue
my
this.
God.
So,
All right.
what we did is we got some bunch of old frames from like the Idaho Youth Ranch, right?
Yeah.
And then we painted the glass with chalkboard paint, right? So we
Okay.
masked everything off. So these are now frames that we can draw on, right?
Yeah.
And make little signs for for the wedding.
That's so cute.
Right? Cool idea, right? It was me and her both worked on it
Find that
together.
on
Which
somewhere on the
Pinterest
internet?
page did you find
Yeah,
this
I was
on?
gonna say
Probably.
Is that something you found on the
Or you
internet?
just saw it on
That's
Etsy and then decided to rip it off.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to-
we all do it. Don't
Yeah.
lie.
Turns
I've
out
done
pretty
it.
good. But so I finished that up. But
Yeah.
then I was really excited because my doorbell rang, and I ran out there to find that my panini maker had been delivered.
Oh,
And so but long story short, guys, Stacy, our e-commerce head,
our
webmaster, brought in a panini maker, right?
here to
Um,
the Rag Company headquarters.
Yes.
And we were loving it last week. It was.
And there was a line.
There was there was a line.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was
We
a
were-
line
we were blessed that day.
in our kitchen.
I'd never used a panini
People
maker,
using it.
but I fell in love.
Well, and to preface this, those of you that have come to the Rag Company headquarters know of our what we call the sandwich shop.
Yeah. Carolyn Hennen.
Carolyn Hennen stocks the fridge with sandwich goodness,
Yeah.
breads, different
Meats and
different cheeses, peanut butters, jellies
Pickles,
of all sorts,
of
pickles.
stuff.
There's probably 7 different types of mustard in
Yeah,
the fridge,
there
and
actually- there
mayonnaise.
actually
You can
is.
make a sandwich here.
You can make
One
a
way or another, you
delicious
will.
sandwich, and it's something that she does for the employees. That in the event that, like for me, like instance today, I made a sandwich.
Wow.
I left my wallet at home.
Yeah.
I could not leave to go anywhere to buy lunch, so I was like, dang it, and I forgot to bring lunch because I was hurrying getting out of the house this morning.
Yeah.
So I was able to go downstairs and make a sandwich for myself.
Yeah.
For lunch. It's very nice. It's very convenient.
It is.
One of those things that's kind of a perk working here. None of us abuse it.
Nope.
But she has that available. And so Stacy brings in the panini machine. There was a line last week of people making paninis
Yeah, it was kind of nuts.
because everybody was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
it
Yeah.
turns
And
every
then-
sandwich that's even kind of good into an incredible sandwich.
Yeah, it was amazing. So Anthony,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So, anyways, showed up to my panini maker, and I was super excited about that.
Yeah.
And made some sandwiches right off the bat. And not only did I make one sandwich, I made probably 3 sandwiches.
Used up all the bread in the house.
I used up all the bread in the house. I was just blowing through these things because I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, can I make a peanut butter and jelly panini? I can. Can I make a turkey and cheese? I can. Can I make a tuna melt? Yes, you can. You make everything on a panini maker, right?
Yeah.
So I was just having a heyday on that. And I think following that later that night, I ended up going to the gym. And on my way to the
You
gym.
threw up all the paninis that you ate.
No, that didn't happen.
Okay, good.
On my way to the gym, though, right, I always lose my
Glasses.
my wired headphones, right? So I still
Oh.
use wired headphones at the gym, and I know it's 2019, but I have been using the same set. I've had the same pair for almost 3.5 years now, and they've served me well. I keep losing them, and I keep losing the earbud part, the rubber part,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know where it is. I have to go through laundry to find it in my pocket or whatever I put it. And I finally said, screw it, dude. I need to figure out a new headphone solution package for 2.0 for the gym, right?
Well, this is the gym solution package, not to be confused with the travel
sound solution package. Yeah.
package.
So
Right.
so the travel sound solution package is totally different, and
Right.
that consists of my sound sound canceling headphones.
Some would say you could just use those for the gym.
I
but-
just don't. I don't like sweating in my
Yeah,
headphones.
right,
I
right.
hate that.
But that's the reason for the
Pisses me
2
off.
different packages.
Correct. So I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? I got Katie a pair of AirPods a while back, and I loved them when I put them on my ear. I thought they were super cool. The sound quality was 10 times better than what I thought. I'm going to see if I can find any deals. So I'm driving, and I'm like, pull over, search where I could find the nearest place.
On the way to the gym.
Found out that Walmart had them, and they were doing some weird price match that I found online. And so normally they're $160 and whatever they are. Walmart had them for $139 or something like that online. I called them up, said, hey, can you price match? They said, yep, you have to come in the store, show us the thing, we'll price match it. So I went on my way to the gym, took a short little reroute.
So spend $130 on some headphones.
Got my headphones, right? I was pumped on it, dude.
I bet.
I went into the gym and realizing that I have, after
3 years of
most
listening
all of
to-
my life, right,
Yeah.
having corded headphones,
Yeah.
going to the gym and being like, there's no thing to
Yeah,
get in
you
the
were
way.
free.
It
some
was,
would say, of the chain.
I felt really good about the whole
Yeah.
thing. So that's pretty much how I ended it.
Did you like them though? You enjoyed?
Oh,
enjoyed
dude.
it?
They
I know.
stayed in.
No,
they're
they're insanely good. Morgan has had a set for a while, and I was
Yeah.
always wondering, like,
Well, you used to make fun of her a lot.
I did because
So.
I thought it was like a flex, right?
Yeah.
Like, because they have
this
the
time
one
you were
end.
literally
But
flexing.
it's so convenient because at the gym I can't use the cord ones because where does your phone go?
In
I
your
don't
pocket.
carry my I don't have pockets.
Yeah,
I
always
don't
put
wear
mine in
I
my
don't wear
pocket.
like
Yeah, stretchy
Pants.
pants with.
they don't have pockets.
Yeah.
Put it
Well,
on your arm.
No,
jeez.
I
That
hate those. Those are
armband
those are
brace.
ugly. So I found that out, and it was very motivating. And I'm like, you know what? Can't wait to go to the gym tonight. Use my
Yeah, now
AirPods
you're
again.
excited.
I think it's gonna be pretty exciting. But then
So you can find these AirPods on the All Day Anthony Travel Solution.
They're
or,
a gym solution
package.
package. 1.0 is
Yeah, I
technically
like it.
what
Yeah,
it is, and
yeah.
so
Well,
that's
version 1.2 because your version 1 was your corded headphones.
true. You're very right there. So, but yeah, guys, that was pretty much it.
Nice.
Good weekend, and so we're happy to be back. And we have some stuff we got to knock out
do.
this week.
Yes.
Busy week ahead of us, and then preparing.
So
for
no Q&A
leaving.
Thursday this Thursday. We are
Yes.
going to be doing that on Friday.
So I know
this
it's
week.
I better
gonna-
reschedule that thing.
Yeah,
It's-
we're
it's gonna
doing it
throw
on
some people
Friday.
off.
It's going to throw a few people off. We apologize for it, but this Thursday is our second annual fun day at the Rag Company.
Yes.
It is a employee kind of appreciation event that the Hennens throw for us. We get to work half a day, and then the last half of the day is lunch,
fun food
and
games.
fun food and games. It's going to be that's where we do like our packing Olympics. That's where we have competitions. Basically, upstairs and downstairs, we team up, and then it's an all-out onslaught against each other to see who
Yeah,
will reign supreme
Yeah.
here at the TRC headquarters.
and it's tough.
Oh,
It's
it's-
stiff competition.
well, you can be doing really well in all the other competitions and then get like knocked out because of ladder ball
Yeah.
or shuffleboard or
This is like Olympics, and
cornhole.
you're different countries
it's our own
competing,
office
so
Olympics.
You might be good at one thing, but
Yep.
are you good at all the things, or at least average?
Yeah, you got to
good
score.
at
You got to
many
get
things.
proper scoring
Yeah.
and make it through all the events. And you may lose out on packing.
Well, and we got a
So you
lot of
better
new
hope that your
folks
team
too,
is
so
good.
the teams are going to be bigger this
Yep.
time around. Everything is
Yeah.
expanded.
We are. I think it's gonna be a good day.
It's gonna be
So-
fun.
We have that to look forward to, but other than that, though, we start
We're
getting
gonna
ready
be
for
yeah,
traveling.
we get ready to go to Monterey.
Yeah.
So those of you that are going to be at Pebble Beach, we will be there. Hopefully, we will see you. Come say hi. We're going to be
Yes.
hanging out with the Detail Mafia. We're excited to do that. We're taking next day Nate on his first TRC trip, which is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Cool.
So,
All right, guys. So we will see you on Friday, and you'll be greeted with us holding an Iron Brew.
I will have Iron Brews in our hands. I found Iron Brew just around the corner from my house at the Zeppeli bread place.
Did they
Sells
think it was
full flavor
as like,
Iron Brew?
amazing as you thought it was?
No, they didn't care.
No,
they were
care.
like, yeah, it's just a drink we got from Scotland. Apparently, we're the only ones in town that carry it. And I was like,
it's like, but whose idea
you
was
guys
it to
said,
carry
"No,
it? Then
who-
you don't
what
just.
what? I love this stuff.
Now
Seems
I
random.
still want Iron Brew Extra.
I want extra too, just because Iron Brew's got a lot of sugar.
Yeah, it does. It gets you jacked up.
Let me tell you this: I woke up Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I was pretty tired. We had stayed up late Saturday night,
You
Carly and I.
sip of that, didn't you? A little hit.
No, I pounded it. I took
Yeah.
sips on Saturday. I bought it Friday night,
Wow.
and I just kind of milked a bottle on Saturday.
Yeah.
But Sunday morning, let me tell you, pounded that 20 ounce. I was ready to go for
You're
the whole
jacked
day.
up.
I was ready to rock.
No, well, there's a reason why there's a guy flexing on the front of Iron Brew. It gets you jacked
It
up.
does get you jacked up. So,
Well.
anyway, Iron Brew, if you're listening, we would love to have you as a sponsor of the Rag Company podcast. You can get in touch with us at
You know,
Levi at the
Levi
Rag
at the
Company.
Rag
it's
Company.
that
com.
and stroopwafels, man.
we're
so.
pretty
And
proud of it.
Fisherman's
And our
Friend.
friends at Fisherman's Friends. So, anyway,
And our fisherman's friends.
You have no
All
right.
affiliation with any of these people.
No relation to any of
Yeah.
them. We just really like the stuff, so therefore we promote it free of charge. But hey, you
Yeah.
know what? That's okay.
All right,
All right,
Dane.
guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. If you're watching, you're probably on the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel, and I really appreciate that. But you know what I appreciate too? If you click the little bell and you click the subscribe button and make sure we keep those numbers going up and more people find out about the podcast and its video component, because it's more fun as we build these things along. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff coming up in the future that might make better use of our video capabilities.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that ends up. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. Adios.
Bye.
See ya.